All right, so I in that last video talked about applying for this other closing role. I didn't get it, got denied in literally like 10 minutes. And for some reason my gut told me even though I definitely could have pushed harder and maybe embellished the story about my experience, I something told me I should just let it go. And a few reasons despite that, the following day after I made that previous video that I posted, it was the final day of April. And I talked about how I was 11 out of 33. The end of the month, I actually finished 7 out of 33 reps. And that's because I actually landed or got two deals that I've been like really aggressively following up with because I know and believe that what I have and what we have as a company can really genuinely help them. Got them through. And it's so funny because I remember in the beginning of the day, I was like, wow, I'm at the threshold for having like a bonus, which would really, really help a lot financially. But I was like to God or the universe, I'm like, hey, I don't know how it's going to happen, but I deserve this. I know it should happen. And I just kept saying that over and over to myself. And one thing after another, I remember an hour later, saw the notification for one of my deals signed, then paid. Then later on that day, I had remembered I scheduled another follow up with this person who's been trying to put it off because financially it can be a little bit tough. And they paid as well, right? And that just goes to show that, like, when I set my intention without even knowing how things are going to play out, when I'm just aggressively just putting myself out there, knowing as long as I know that I've done everything that I could, I not only feel great about myself, but things like this happen, right? So again, didn't really get that closing role, but I think it's for this reason that I did so well and I did so well on like a lower level tier of leads over people that have fresher leads that I also got moved up, right? I got moved back up to where I originally was. So on fresher leads now. And it's really exciting because if I did this, getting seven, number 7 out of 33 over people that have fresh leads, it's like, wow, imagine what I can do. And so for this month, May, we are aiming for 100K minimum. That's going to put us around 7, 8-ish K USD for the month. Ideally, the big goal is 160. We had someone last month that just touched under 200K. He was the number 1 rep, so I think it's definitely possible. However, I'm going to let God or the universe really decide that for me, and I'm just going to come in with that same level of energy that I've been talking about in my other videos, where having that aggression when it comes to putting in the work, being very relaxed about the outcome, being very detached, treating it as if it's not that big of a deal whether something good or bad happens, right? And I think another point to add on top of it is not being so tight or fussed about my money because it comes across as incongruent, right? When as a sales rep, you help people or you try to ask people about finances and qualify them, but then for someone like me, if I don't do that myself, then how can I actually do that for people or do that to people, right? So I think that played a huge part too. Like buying things for myself, even though I'm not or haven't been that type of person, but it felt uncomfortable and I did it. And that's when it played out, right? So I'm very excited. I think not getting that sort of closing role showed me that maybe I should double down. Am I going to stop applying? No, because I don't think there's ever anything wrong with me having to take care of myself and putting myself first. Am I going to see it, this new opportunity going back up a tier with fresh leads? Am I going to see it as, you know, or come from a place where I'm scared I'm going to get fired again? Definitely not. I'm going to make the most out of it. I'm going to hit 100K. I don't know how, but I was close and I'm going to figure out a way. And it's going to be a story to tell, and I'm very excited. I'm going to be documenting this more consistently now that I'm being more intentional about putting this out there. But this goes to show that anything is doable. So, yeah, let's do it. Let's lock in, and we'll keep you guys posted on how the rest of this month goes.